So she had to compromise her values. She wanted to fit in and she was afraid that she's going to be bullied. Basically becomes plastic. My royal babes, have you ever felt like you didn't belong, like you didn't fit in? Let's look into the story of Cady from Mean Girls, the protagonist. So she basically came from Africa, and God knows where in Africa she came from, because it was like she was living in a bush. Like, can somebody tell them Africa is not just the jungle? She felt left out because she was homeschooled, and being from Africa, she wanted to fit in and she was afraid that she's going to be bullied. And also she was trying to get her crush to like her.
Hey, I'm having a small get together at my house tomorrow night. I love that shirt on you.
By trying to be who she thinks that he wants, which was his ex-girlfriend and Queen Bee, Regjna.
Hey guys.
So initially, Cady is portrayed as this down-to-earth, intelligent, mass-free and kind girl. However, as she becomes immersed in the high school scene, she becomes changing and she basically becomes plastic. So she wanted to fit in, which is like every high school ever. Just because she wants to fit in, that does not make her the devil. So like my brother, for instance, he keeps wanting to fit in. So sometimes he will be giving the popular people, he'll be buying stuff for them. And I asked him that, so when you bought the stuff for them, did they accept you? And he was like, yeah, like they will be doing group projects with him and whatever. And I said, so did they actually like you?
Hi, I don't know if anyone told you about me. I'm a new student here. My name is Cady here.
Talk to me again and I'll kick your ass.
And he said that, no. I said, so if you didn't buy it for them, would they do it? Did they call you to join them because they liked you or because of what you did for them? And he said, because of what he did for them. So do they actually like you then? Is this the kind of people you want to be with? And he was like, no. She wanted to feel loved and accepted. Like for me, right, when I was in sixth form, I don't know if it was because I was quite intimidating, or that's what people used to say, that I'm quite intimidating. So sometimes it was hard for me to find partners for lab projects and the rest. So whenever we were going to do group projects and things like that, I was always panicking, especially if I was not in the class with my friends. So I kind of feel it. I kind of feel what my brother was saying. I kind of feel what Cady is feeling. Like, you just don't want to have a clique of people. But when you see that, when you feel like you don't belong to any clique, because Janice, her friend, gave her a sheet of all the people.
Now, where you sit in the cafeteria is crucial because you got everybody there. You got your freshmen, ROTC guys, preps, JV.
But she didn't fit in any one of them. So if I don't fit in any one of them, then what should I do? And if the popular girl has invited me, then
she's not interested. Do you want to have sex with him?
No, thank you.
I could join that. But that's not what her intention was. But even though that was not her intention, she became that, which was not her intention. Like me, for instance, when I was in junior high school, like I wanted to gain weight because I was told several times that I'm pretty, but if I gain weight, I'll be the prettiest. Oh gosh, in my class. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to gain weight so that I'll show these people, I'll show these boys that keep looking down on me. Well, let's just say it never happened. But who actually cares? Like, okay, and like because I did that, because I was trying to gain weight so much, and when I was there and even when I came, I was trying all these milk, mass gainers, apitamen. I tried so much, and because of that I became skinny fat. So I made it even worse for myself. I was not fat, but I was skinny fat, so I was gaining weight in all the wrong places, and I'm gymming to get rid of all the skinny fat. So who won and who lost in this place? Like, those bullies, did they actually win? Like, get fans or get friends who actually like you, and not just because you want people to like you. I know high school isn't easy, but then be who God made you to be, especially if you're abiding by his word. Like, they may say you were a freak or church freak. Like I said, when I was in sixth form, right, I was one of the most popular girls in school because of my beauty. But then I was like, I'm going to make it an assertion that I'm not going to make my Christianity go down or people see me as weird or whatever. People might see it as a trend because I'm pretty, so they may be looking up to me or whatever. So I didn't care. Everybody knew I was a Christian. Like, if my name did not give it out, then how I carried myself would give it out. I remember in one of my schools, like, my teacher asked all of us on the table that only Christmas is basically for Christians. So who in this class is a Christian? I knew one other girl who was a Christian. She didn't raise her hand up. I just raised my hand up. Sue me. Like, okay, at least in Ghana it was different. In Ghana everybody were Christians most of the time, but here I was like, ain't nobody gonna bully me because I'm not even going to look at you or whatever for you to bully me. But that's because I was older. I was like 17. But when you're 13, 14, and you're trying to find yourself and you really want friends and you really want to fit in, I know it's very different. Do not fall under pressure to do what all the cool kids are doing. If the cool kids are pushing somebody off the bridge, are you going to do the same so that you be part of their clique? And where would they end up in the future anyway? I remember like the cool kids in my school were talking on another table about masturbation and the rest, and they were kind of saying, Angel, do you know what masturbation is, and kind of making fun of me. And then that's when I decided I'm going to remain a virgin until marriage, because I didn't really know about it, but I wanted to be better than them. So if I'm better than them, then God will give me this good man. Because I was scared of men or getting the wrong man, which is who it was just twisted. I was 13 then too. So if you want to know more about that video, I'll put it above. So why did Cady want to be Queen Bee? So it was not her intention to be Queen Bee in the beginning, because Janice, who was also very toxic, because she was basically peer pressuring her to get Regjna down, because Regjna called her a lesbian. So she was also an example of a bad friend for Cady, because she was not doing things in Cady's best interest. But why did Cady want to become Queen Bee?
People looked at you all the time, and everybody just knew stuff about you.
So being homeschooled and not having that kind of experience made her feel like, oh, she wants to fit in, and if she wants to fit in, why not fit in the best clique? Because in the first day, she was so lonely that she was even eating in the toilet, so she wanted to never do that again. She was highly intelligent, she was very good at maths, but then when she wanted to join the math leads,
I think I'm joining the mathletes.
No. You cannot do that. That is social suicide.
they were like, oh, it's social suicide or whatever. So she was peer pressured in that instant to not go for what her heart wants, and she didn't want to be seen as a nerd or uncool. I don't even know why being a nerd over here is like seen as a bad thing. In Ghana, like when you're intelligent, most of the intelligent people are one of the most popular people. So it's really crazy to me that you're a nerd. The nerds are the ones doing all the computer technologies and being all the rich men in the world. So if a nerd, go you. So she fakes her intelligence so she doesn't stand out, and so that her crush would help her, even though the crush was just, in Ghana we would say wabong, like he was just worthless. But he would help you. And then she was also naive, so she was new to the high school environment, so she was not used to all this. Wherever she was living in the jungle or wherever, that they never really specified, these kind of dramatics did not happen.
Gretchen told me that you like Aaron Samuels. I could talk to him for you if you want.
Really?
You're so hot.
And then she wanted to be validated like Regjna with a popular group, so she wanted to fit in, and if she wants to fit in, why not more with a popular group? So to fit in with a popular group, she had to compromise her values, that even her mom became afraid of her. So the peer pressure and acceptance made her do things that did not fit in her true nature. So she started leaving her true friends, which you can argue against, because Janice was not really her true friend.
God. You dirty little liar.
I'm sorry, Cady. I'll tell you why. Because you are a mean girl. You're a bitch.
But then people who liked her for her, at least. And then she started to be more like Regjna. And this whole time, she thought that she was fishing for info.
I had to be sneaky.
I want to lose 3 pounds.
They're these nutrition bars my mom uses to lose weight.
It won't close.
Not knowing that she was becoming what she despised. She was becoming what she feared. That's why they say birds of a feather flock together. If we're around somebody or with somebody for so long, their character and their traits will rub on you, whether you like it or not. That's why you have to be careful who you hang out with. She started to like Regjna so much that she wanted to be her.
I was a woman possessed. I spent about 80% of my time talking about Regjna, and the other 20% of the time I was praying for someone else to bring her up so I could talk about her more.
And that can be very dangerous with friendships.
You better send me one, biatch.
A few cool people, and you better be one of them, biatch.
Wear a costume.
Shut up. Shut up. I love that shirt on you. It's really nice.
I know, right? You look awesome. I know, right?
I've had that before. That somebody liked me or liked the attention I was getting so much, and that was in church, that she basically wanted to replace me or wanted me gone. Like it was just scary. Like in front of me, she'd be like, oh, Angel, because everybody was like, Angel, like things like that. So she should be doing the same. But when everybody is like not paying attention to me and I'm trying to talk to her, she'd be like, oh, what? Like, I'm like, okay. That's why God says do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers, because you may think that you are trying to get them to Christ or getting them to be saved or repent, but then it's easier to be pulled down than to be pulled up. Whatever that is leading them away from Christ, is going to rub up on you, and you'll be the one that will be straying away from Christ. You'll be the one to be lukewarm. So don't even try it. Whether it comes to friendship or whether it comes to relationship, you cannot say that, oh, you're not going to be a part of this world, or you're not talk to anybody, because we are still part of this world. And even in the Bible, you see, Jesus was talking to sinners, tax collectors, whatever. But even though he was eating with them, talking to them, that does not mean he was friends with them. There's a difference between friends, acquaintances, classmates, like that. Yes, you can talk to people, you can help them understand about God, but don't go and be buddy or best friends with them, because you'll be dragged down. And then she started to become jealous of Regjna, especially regarding to the boyfriend. But that's because Regjna was trying to make her jealous anyway. But she thought that if she did try to get the boyfriend away from Regjna, it's okay, because Regjna was cheating on him and hurting him and the rest. But what are you doing? In Aaron's point of view, you are still taking your friend's boyfriend away, so you are still the wrong one. And that's why Aaron wanted to be away from her, because she was basically a clone of Regjna, like a baby Regjna at this rate. So she was not herself anymore, and that's why he didn't want to be with her. And even then, even though he went back to Regjna, but he still wouldn't be with Cady, which is quite crazy to me. If he's going to be with somebody like Regjna, he might as well just get with a real Regjna, not a clone, right?
Biatch. A few cool people, and you better be one of them, biatch.
Wear a costume.
Shut up. Shut up. Okay.
And she loses her real friends, and she became all plastic. And she later realized that that crown that she wanted so bad, or that crown that had kind of become for her, it was just plastic. Even her heart had become plastic. We should not seek our self-worth and our validation from other people, or our self-esteem, even from our parents, our siblings, or whatever. Let our worth come from God.
Welcome back, nerd.
Thanks.
When you know that the God of the universe, the God who made you and everybody in this world, loves you so much that he came to die such a gruesome death, even though he did nothing wrong, just so that you and I will be saved.
I'm sorry I laughed
and you know
at
that
you.
he loves you that much, then you should know that I deserve all the best things. I deserve to be loved. What they were lacking was the true love of God, seeking unconditional love. And do you want to find that? Easy. All you have to do is click the link below for a free ebook. It's all yours, and learn the unconditional love of God. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. God so loved you that he gave his only son, so you and I will believe in him and not perish, but have everlasting life.